Hi, folks. This is a more serious of a note here. I tried to look this one up on Google. Uh, there seems to be notice that there's about to be an imminent roundup of the Bundy Ranch supporters in 21 states by the United States federal government. Now, just in case this might be true, I think it's better that you guys share this with everybody you know so that those men and women who were there can get their families prepared for the legal battles ahead of them, among other things, if shit does hit the fan on this one. So this is a serious thing. It's on before it was news. I understand it's not the greatest, but just listen to this. Get the word out, share this, get this to everybody. I did do a Google search, and Google, one second. One second. There we go. Okay, Imminent Roundup, Bundy Ranch. Imminent Roundup, Bundy Ranch. Searching for Imminent Bundy Ranch. Imminent Roundup, Bundy Ranch. Alert, LTC Potter, Imminent Roundup, Bundy Ranch. You get the idea, folks. It wasn't everywhere, but it did hit the high notes for a few of them. So I would definitely put this out there. And if this is anywhere true, folks, when these people get taken into custody, it is going to be a fucking shootout in some cases. So I would actually love, well, you're never going to get a federal government personnel to say, oh yes, by the way, we are going to do that. But if anybody has any better sources, please let me know. Like I said, I just went through Google. That's what came up. There were a few, not a lot. I think this is new and on the scene. I've read through some of this. It kind of seems like it's telling the beginning part of it, but not the whole situation. So I think you guys need to put this out there, and you guys need to do some background searches for me so that we can get this thing out for real. And one of the for real situations is for you guys to find me whether or not this is right. This came from Gorilla Girl Ashley from the Pete Santilli Show from the Guerrilla Media Network. So you can bypass before it was news. Basically, according to Lieutenant Colonel Roy Potter, the BLM and the Southern Poverty Law Center, I've been talking with the Las Vegas Metro PD concerning April 12th standoff at the Bundy Ranch. And Colonel Potter received information from an undercover patriot that of these meetings. According to the undercover source, there was a meeting discussing how social media and radio shows, blah, 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 about the standoff and everything. And it was mentioned that they felt there would be more than just two confrontations. That there would be a round two confrontation with the American people, but that there would be multiple confrontations between the feds and American people. So in other words, there wouldn't just be one. There would be multiple, and this would keep going on until something actually happened. And see, I don't know whether or not this is going to do this, because this is 2 hours long, and I haven't watched this. You can watch this, folks. I got the URL, or you guys can watch this and find out whether or not you believe it's good or bad. But basically, here's the number for the Pete Santilli Show. You can call, find out what's going on with that, and I haven't heard this, folks, but it's my understanding these people are under watch lists. These people are, they're at the top of the shit lists in the country, folks. So get this out there, tell everybody about it, find out how real it actually is. Because like I said, I did my Google search, not much came up, but I guarantee you people are pissed off in the law enforcement communities that, this standoff is going to lead to two, and it's going to keep going if this doesn't stop and somebody doesn't squash it. Problem is, when they start dragging these guys from their homes, these guys are going to be surrounded by the people they were there at the ranch with, and I guarantee you, sooner or later, they're going to meet these guys at a crossroads, and they're just going to start shooting. So, I hope it never comes to that. I hope they can go to court, they can all win the court, and get out and be done. But, with the way the world is today, folks, I don't know how close we are, Somebody said if we were an hour, if we had a whole hour to place where we were with, the on the 12 to back around on the 12, where would we be? Somebody said we would be around probably 48 minutes to the hour before all hell broke loose, if not about 55 minutes to the hour. So we're about 5 minutes away from anything boiling over into a let's just go fucking shoot and not worry about the bullshit. And if this is anywhere near true, folks, you need to get this out there. These guys need to get the top lawyers in the country on their tail. They need to get the reporters that did this stuff, and they need to back up the stories. I know that as soon as they start doing this, folks, the other guys are going to gang together and they're going to go do whatever they're going to do, and they're probably going to do that regardless. But at least at this point, if you can get this out to them and Oathkeepers and everybody else, they can get the lawyers involved. So when they start dragging these guys out kicking and screaming, the lawyers are involved. Not, hey, if they're doing this kind of stuff though, are they going to care about the lawyers? No. They don't want this to be round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5. They want this to be squashed. In other words, they want guys to show up in LRAPs and basically just kill these guys on sight, probably. So, this is the America we live under right now. So, let's try to get these guys, this out, and hopefully it'll help somebody. Get this to Oathkeepers, get this to all the people. I actually don't want to see them shooting it out with any federal officers or anybody. I want to see them in a courtroom. I want to see it be a, what the hell you call that kind of case, where everybody comes in together and they have one court case against the government and the government decides to step down. Problem is, that's what they did with the BLM, so it'll have to be a different precedent. And that's not something that these guys are going to put up with. So it's going to come into a bad time if this shit actually is real. So I'm not stoking the flame. I'm not doing a goddamn thing, folks. Get this out to them. Let's get these guys together. Let's get Oathkeepers involved. So that when this does start to happen, whether it's now or whether it's 10 years from now or 40 years from now, the lawyers are there to basically go in and walk these guys out and walk them back into their homes with their families and everything. I know it came from an unreliable source from the Before It Was News and Pete and Tilly show and stuff, but this is how this small stuff starts off, folks. Somebody tells somebody who tells somebody, and then they give it to somebody big. The guys that are big, the MSM, they're not going to play it. So get this out now. That way, if it's smoke and mirrors, great.